Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So today we're going to be doing an activity. It's titled, How Much is a Tweet Worth? I'm going to start off with a video that will kind of discuss LeBron James. You guys all know who LeBron James is. And the value of a tweet. So whenever he tweets, he actually gets paid for it, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and start with that. Let's go ahead and start with the video, and then we'll go from there.
Cheerios. Oh, honey nuts.
Enjoy the ad.
That's not good cereal.
Try to imagine a tweet being worth more than your car, a boat, or even a small home. Hard to imagine, but it's true. In fact, a sponsored tweet from LeBron James could run you up to $140,000. ESPN's Darren Rovell reported an endorsement tweet from the King is worth $1,000 per character. The value was determined by a company called Open Doors. It determined James has the highest social media value of American athletes, trailed by Kevin Durant in second and Kobe Bryant in third. James has over 23 million Twitter followers, so coughing up $140K for a sponsored tweet isn't a bad deal when you can reach that many people. And as Open Doors CEO Blake Lawrence points out, it would cost you 5 times more to reach that many people with a TV ad. Despite the high estimations, Lawrence said that most athlete-endorsed tweets go for about $1,000 to $2,500. He said the highest he ever sold was a $20,000 tweet by a Patriots player whose name he would not disclose. Lawrence also revealed that recently, James turned down a 6-figure offer for a single tweet.
Alright, so let's talk about that. Give me some information that you got from this video. Can anybody give me some information? Michael?
You can get paid up to $140,000
just for one tweet. So LeBron will get $140,000 just for hitting send.
And it said 4,000 something, like 700 something people tweeted. That's.
What do you mean?
Like it said on the thing, like so how much people like tweeted.
Like retweeted his? Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's why he's getting paid so much.
It's $1,000 each character he puts on it.
That's pretty good.
I think it was like 5,000 more to do a regular ad than his.
So it costs more to do like a television ad. So you guys did a pretty good job getting that information. Why do you think he gets paid? I mean, who would pay him? I mean, what do you think?
If he said something about like shoes, like Nike shoes, they'll pay him because it's better to do it on social media now than on TV.
Why?
Because it's 5 times more people will most likely see it.
Isn't that crazy? Like, so more people are in tune with their phones than the actual TV. John, you want to add to that?
He probably gets paid because he's one of the biggest names in sports.
Yeah, so the bigger your name is, then what does that mean?
Like,
as far as social media is concerned.
Because he has a lot more followers than regular people.
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely you and me, right?
So the endorsers that he signed with pays him because like he signed with Nike. So if he tweets something about Nike, they pay him. Or like he's signed by like Gatorade and Sprite and like Beats and stuff. They'll pay him if he like endorses.
Yeah. All really good thoughts, guys. So anybody else want to add anything before we move on? So now I'm going to ask you, without any other information, I'm not going to show you any other videos, I'm not going to show you any other data and statistics. What if I were to ask you, how much do you think Steph Curry gets paid for a tweet? So think about that for a second. I'm not giving you any information, I'm not showing you any data. What do you think? Can you come up with a number? Can you come up with an estimate? Can you come up with an idea? Michael, what do you think?
Like max amount for one tweet?
Yeah.
I'll probably say like 20,000.
You think 20,000? Anybody disagree or agree with Michael or want to add? Can you explain why you think 20,000? Remember, LeBron's won 140.
Well, I saw the 2 players right under him, Durant
on the video,
and Kobe.
Okay.
And he's not as popular as either of them.
Okay.
So I would say.
And are you saying that? Are you saying this as like an East Coast guy, or are you saying?
I'm just saying this
generally.
General. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I think there's some Curry hate over there. What do you think,
You
G?
don't like Curry over here.
You look like Steph Curry.
Well, you should be like pay like at least 80,000, not 20,000.
You think 80,000 for a
That's
tweet?
all right. Yeah, I think like between 50 and 80,000.
50 and 80,000? Between 50 and 80? Any thoughts over here?
Almost to 100,000.
I don't watch basketball.
You don't watch basketball? And just let you know, the data and the video you're going to see today is a couple years old, so the numbers are going to be a little less than what it is now, because obviously this continues to build up.
Wait, so it's a couple years old?
I think it's like 2014 data that you're going to see
like
today.
20,000 then.
Yeah.
He wasn't that big of a name.
Thanks.
Oh, can you pass?
Alright, so I'm going to give you guys some graphs here. Every group is going to get a different graph, and you're going to be answering some questions based on this graph. Some things that I want you to consider when you're looking at these graphs is number one, what would you use this graph for? And you can even jot down some notes because we're going to have the group leader at the end explain what you guys think about each graph. So what would you use this graph for? What are the strengths and weaknesses of this data display? Does the type of graph help you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet? And how can you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet? So I'm going to give everybody a different graph. Well, each group will have the same graph. So you guys can discuss it among yourselves. Instagrams.
Floyd Mayweather got mad money. He really don't.
Alright, so the recorder, so why don't you guys take about 5 minutes. The recorder can actually write down the answers to each question, just little notes, and then the speaker will present it in about 5 minutes. Alright, so take about 5 minutes to go ahead and start talking about it.
I think Steph Curry.
To determine, first of all, who would use the graphs for?
Determine the value.
So you make that much
I thought you'd be like,
Determine.
So you can make a function out of it and be able to determine how much Curry is paid for each year.
I mean, if you think about it, that's still a lot of money, right?
I was like to say
That's
that.
what it is. Okay, so the vice president, you can be the vice president, you still get money back. No, what? You just said it.
He said that. What he can say one word, Sprite. If he's endorsing, he can say one word, Sprite. And get $140,000 for just saying one word.
I mean, it's us for them, I know, but you still get money. Think about it.
Yeah, you can jot down the notes.
For saying
Alright guys, just focus on these questions, alright? Then you
You
get
don't know
back
how
to
much number.
Yeah, you don't know
31%
the, you don't know the exact number of money.
Big gap.
I'm starting the first one. You don't know like
What do you use the graph for determine?
This guy for determine like what range. What range
What is it?
the players are in? What range?
Oh, we don't know the exact number.
Not that part.
What are the weaknesses that
Determine his
data display?
tweet.
Well, you know,
It doesn't have any names.
so obviously that's what
I can't tell what the strength and weakness is. I mean, we know the strength is that one. That's and the weaknesses are like over here.
No, they mean like what's good about the graph and what's bad
You
about
don't
it.
know the exact amount.
So what's good about it?
What's good about it displays all the numbers and displays how many the number of athletes.
Are we done?
That's what that about it is.
Yeah, just say
Good.
no.
So what kind of graph do you have?
These people get paid less.
Does it give you what information does it give you?
The percentage of how much each is paid.
Does this type of graph help you
Like,
determine the
does that help you? Like, what does it tell you? Tell you how much each one gets paid?
Yeah.
Well, it
Because you can
tells
see
the
that,
percentage they will get.
LeBron's here and the camera.
Like if I ask you, like, how much does LeBron James get paid for a tweet? Would this help you?
Kobe.
No. But what would it help you? It would just help
They
you
actually got the
decide.
exact
Actually
number.
determine the value of the
By
So what can you conclude though
I got
from
information
looking at this
video that
price?
we watched.
Yeah, you can definitely see who gets paid the most, right? Who gets paid the least? Blake Griffin?
So anyways,
Because he gets hurt all the time.
Who's
Who's Blake Griffin?
Oh yeah, he got. I know him.
He's a man.
the Clippers.
He be dunking on people. He dunks on everybody.
He's the guy that jumped over a car in the slam
Yeah.
dunk.
I mean, that wasn't really like
It's
the whole thing. He
It
jumped
was a
over
little
in front
car.
of
It was
me.
compact.
weaknesses. We said
He jumped over all in front of me. I thought he was gonna jump like on the the middle. That was it. Somebody already did it.
Let's see. Oh, we know who
That's
gets
very
paid the
good.
most.
Yes, why don't you write down some notes so when you go to speak, you're prepared, okay?
Does this telegraph help you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet?
We can use you real quick.
If LeBron gets paid 140,000, when you just
So how is this, no kind of graph you feel is
This type of graph helps determine the value.
I didn't know he was gonna write me.
what kind of information is?
It helps us a little bit because we can know where he went placing, so we can track his percentage.
You think this will help you predict? Steph Curry.
Yeah, 'cause it's not on here.
So it helps us so we can track.
Well, just because it's not on here doesn't mean, it's, I just chose, that's a good question though, I just chose different names. Yeah, I could have done any name, I just didn't put Steph Curry
Oh, so
on here. So just because he's not on here doesn't mean that I can see where you think that, but like we put him on there, he could fall somewhere in this graph. So
So what we
we're
use
looking at this graph, help us
What do you
predict how
use this
much,
graph for?
because it's not
to
really, right?
determine.
So what would this graph be good
Pick
for?
one of the top three because we know it's
tell you all theirs.
Good.
That's a
Well, right? It's very
Yeah.
specific
And what?
to the athlete, right?
How can you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet?
well, since LeBron is 31%, that'll be what out of 200.
Do you know the name of this graph? This kind of graph is called?
200,000.
It's kind of like a bar graph.
No,
But when it gives you like a group of people, like if this tells you how many people are in this category, it's called a histogram.
and
Did you hear that before? Maybe in
it.
6th and 7th grade? Did you hear about that? Because we talked about that when we were talking about graphs.
If he gets paid 140,000, so since it's less,
What kind of graphs do you guys have?
140,000.
It shows.
Wait, so I know you have this divide something, but I'm just trying to figure out what you do because Steph Curry's tweet
know that's not the actual.
is I think it's more than Blake Griffin's, but less than what's his name?
So this is a scatter plot, right? So do you think this help you predict his value?
This is the type of graph
How
you
would you
determine the
use
value of curve.
If he gets 20,000,
Yes, it was
Take out
shows a
top
range.
three.
range.
if Steph Curry gets 20,000, if he gets 140,000, let's say he gets 120,000, kinda gotta be less than at least
Who has it?
Serena Williams.
That's part of the information that we need.
Yeah.
Out of 200,000.
Oh, you're saying out of 200,000, but
We can see that LeBron's
If he
over
gets
here.
paid 140,000,
LeBron is the last one.
and I say he gets 120,000, so it has to be less. At least 50%.
So then again, we're adding,
So what do you say, what would you do
Plus he made it four,
with
so.
Steph Curry?
it can take some of his percentage because it's just the percentage of all of them. So if we add in Steph Curry, it could probably take away some of his
Alright, that's
percentage.
what we're gonna be kind of doing today. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're gonna have each group discuss their graph. I'm gonna project it on the Elmo. So I'm gonna take yours. I'm gonna take a blank one. And Yamir, you're gonna kind of go through these. Actually, you know what? I don't even need this. If you can, go through them, discuss the questions at the bottom, and try to explain how this graph is set up. So, Yamir's group had a pie chart, so everybody can look at this.
Oh, we can see.
LeBron.
So Curry not even in.
Alright, Yamir, can you go through and kind of answer the questions?
Oh, yeah.
Start with what would you use this graph for?
We said make a function to determine Steph Curry's pay per tweet. And,
You said make a function?
yeah.
How would you, that's a really good math word, but can you explain that? How would you do that?
Since it's like out of 200,000, I will add up these all together, and that percentage comes from that person. Like, I guess 31% divided by 200,000
Okay.
or 200,000.
Times the 200,000. That's if you knew how many people were in this pie chart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're right, that's how you would use this. Alright, go to the next question.
Alright.
What are the strengths and weaknesses?
You don't know the exact amount being paid. That's one of the weaknesses.
Yep.
Because it's out of percentage, and percentage is pretty much really not exact. And we know who gets paid most and least, so that's a good thing. So you know.
Who gets paid most?
LeBron.
And how can you tell?
Because he has 31%.
Yeah, definitely the largest sliver.
Does this type of graph help you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet? It helps us so we can determine what percentage Steph Curry would be placed with. And
It does?
well, yes, because it's still our percentage. So let's say he gets.
So where would you put him probably?
Most likely either between Serena Williams and Dwayne Wade, or between Dwight Howard, Serena, and Serena
Okay.
Williams.
And why? And how'd you come up with that guess, that estimate? Just by his what?
This by his like how much he gets paid, since it says like at least like 20,000. You still would have to take a percentage away from each of these people, since we're adding him in also.
Okay. So you're just assuming that you think he's more popular than the other two, and that's why you put him where you put him?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cool. So let's go with the histogram next.
You said what? You said who?
That will be Christian, you're the speaker. Can you kind of explain this graph real quick?
Yeah,
And
this
then get
graph.
to the questions?
This graph is a histogram, so it shows the tweet value in dollars. So it shows like an estimate, like a range of the money.
Okay.
And it shows the number of athletes too in that in like the bar of like the money, the range of it. So
Alright, what would you use this graph for?
I'll use a graph for like an estimate of where the players would fit in at, because it doesn't show us any names. So I'll use it for like an estimate and like a range of money.
Okay.
So,
Strengths and weaknesses.
my weakness was there's like no names, so like we really can't see where everybody is. And our strength is it shows us the number of athletes, and it shows us the money. So if like you knew before how much people were paid, like we knew like how much LeBron was paid, so we would know that he was at like 126,000.
Yeah, and that's only because we kind of knew that going into this graph, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't know that, then you wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't know where he belongs in the graph. You could assume, I guess. Alright, next question. Does this type of graph help you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet?
I mean, it kind of does because we watched that video, so we know that LeBron will be number one. Then it'll be Kevin Durant at 56,000, between 70,000. Then it'll be Kobe at 42,000 and 56,000.
So you can kind of estimate which interval he would fit into?
Yeah, then throw them to the left for 14,000, 28,000, and 28,000, 42,000. So we circled that on our graph
Okay.
and put that was Steph Curry's value.
But still, this is just kind of an estimate, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like 100% that would be what an advertiser would pay him?
No, I just use it. I just said you would use this graph for like a ballpark estimate.
I like that. And then how can you determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet? And we just discussed that, right? By estimation?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let's go to the next one. Who's got the bar graph? Okay. So Andrew, you want to go ahead and explain it real quick and then go through the questions?
The tweet value is the blue, the bars, and whatever it goes up to is how much they get paid.
Okay. So what would you use this graph for?
To see like a rough estimate of how much they get paid, because there's no exact numbers.
Okay, I like that. What's the weakness or strengths of this display?
The weakness is you don't know like the exact number of what they get paid, because there's no like lines on the side.
Okay, you have to kind of estimate, right?
Yeah.
What's the strengths?
It shows like a range of where it could be at, because it's not going to be the same every time.
Alright, and does it help you determine Steph Curry's tweet value?
No, because he's not on here.
Well, he's not on there. Now, if we had information, would that help you? we had more information, then you can kind of put it
Yeah.
where it belongs. Could you use this? Could you use any information here to help you predict his value? I mean, just by looking at the graph.
Well, you could look at the names and like see how popular they are, and like look at their Twitter followers, I guess.
Yeah, and just kind of fit them where you think
Yeah.
they are based on popularity.
Yeah.
All right, great job so far, and we got one more. And Michael, you're gonna explain it. First of all, do you know what this is called, this graph?
Oh, the scatter plot.
How'd you know that? All right, go ahead and explain it.
Alright, so we would use this graph to pretty much determine how much certain athletes get paid, or like popular athletes get paid.
So you'd use this scatter plot? Okay.
Yeah. And then the strengths of the weaknesses is that we don't know who the athletes are.
That's true.
And
You just see a bunch of points, right?
yeah, but it gives us an accurate range, like in between numbers, of how much they could get paid.
Okay. And how would you use this to determine Steph Curry's tweet value?
Well, we would need to know how many followers he has, and then we could use the bottom, which is followers in millions. We could use that, and then go up on the graph and see kind of around where his name would lie.
Okay. So you would say that you could use this to predict his value?
Yeah, but we would need more information.
Okay. And they're actually the first group to really say that, right? I mean, does everybody see how you could use a scatter plot? Okay. So what we're going to do, so we have 4 graphs that we talked about. Circle graph, histogram, bar graph, and scatter plot. I'm going to ask you a question, you're going to blow the answer in your hand. When I count to 3, you'll throw it at me. Alright? So, my question is, out of those 4 graphs, which graph would we use that would best determine the value of Steph Curry's tweet? Alright, ready? Blow the answer in your hand. Think about the 4 graphs. Which one is the best one to determine Steph Curry's tweet? 3, 2, 1, throw it at me.
Scatter plot.
Very good.
Scatter
For a second, I thought I was gonna say I was like,
Alright, any questions so far? Alright, cool. Let's move on. Now, what if I tell you, I actually did some research last night. I was on the Twitter sphere, you know, just looking up different things, checking out, staying up late after I watched the game, after I watched Steph Curry.
You should have tweeted LeBron.
He put 9 million followers, that's it?
I found out that he has, and this is a little of old information, so 8.9 million followers. I see Mikhail looking right down. How can we use that? And we just determined that a scatter plot was the best. So I'll bring that back up. How do we use that information now to estimate?
It was about right.
8.9 million followers. So what would you think?
you will look between the 5 and 10 and move closer to the 10 to the 8. So and then you will go up, and most likely it will be between 40,000 and 60,000, because once you go past the 10, you get more into like 80,000.
Pretty smart, Yam. John, you want to add to that?
I think it's gonna be closer to like 55,000.
55,000. Okay. Why?
Because if you go like more than like 7 and you go up, it'll be closer to the 60 than it would be to the 40.
Okay. Any other predictions?
I think it would be like right under the 40,000, because the video showed us that the top 3 most played Twitter athletes are LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
So then the top one would be LeBron, then the second highest one would be Kevin Durant, and the third one would be Kobe.
Okay. All right.
The fourth or fifth will probably be.
I think these are all
Yeah,
great
I guess it's a good
predictions.
This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. You still get paid money, so I don't know.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you the value of a tweet activity sheet. You're going to work through this. You'll get to the point where you'll have to use Desmos, but make sure you work through the problems in order. So I'm going to give the recorder, or actually middle person, you guys can take a look so you guys can share and look at it. Go through these questions, start answering them. When it comes time for Desmos, you can, if you need help, let me know.
Did you know that athletes go like 20 million? They drop all your time limit. When it's 39, drop all your time
10 most valuable.
Nobody even touching LeBron. Nobody's even
Somebody.
What?
Somebody's gonna be down. How do you do that? It's still,
Do you want to
it's still history.
you don't have to write on one.
It's still history.
Make a quick estimate and educate again.
I don't think Jordan got that much. I don't think Jordan got that much.
Oh, Jordan got a lot.
I don't think
No doubt. No doubt.
So
Jordan got a lot.
22
Look at
million
DC's house.
equals
Hey, you see LeBron house right bigger. LeBron get paid more than him.
Kevin Durant has
When he
11.
retired, so he began more money.
So
He's
it's
gonna
kind
get paid,
of
but
almost
LeBron gets paid.
half.
LeBron got more money now.
If you like divide it and look at
He's not the
it.
richest.
It is half exactly.
No matter.
Yeah, it's exactly half.
Nah, but
So
well, yeah.
139.
It's like,
If you guys need to use a calculator, you can. You can use your computer calculator.
every time you look at
He
it,
made Xbox.
If you need a calculator for this part, for number one.
He made Microsoft. He made computers, bro. He made the first computer, bro. He made the Xbox. Anything
So what
Xbox,
is that
you like in terms of Microsoft.
I wonder if you play
Like
with
per
Xbox, you
million.
get paid.
Yes. Every time it pops up on
Like
the
we have
screen.
PS4.
Sony.
Okay. What made you
My dad
choose
used to work for
these?
Sony.
Okay.
It was signed by Sony. He was signed by Sony.
These number ones. Do
975.
you guys need a calculator for number one?
Let's do 23.
All right. Do you understand what number one's asking?
Yes, it says.
What?
I was saying yes. I was read the question.
Okay.
Take a look at the data. Make a quick estimate and educate guess for every million dollars about how much is
About, so
6 million. I mean 6. Because he has 3.3.
okay.
And 3 goes into 18 evenly. He has 3.3 million. It says how for 1 million followers. 3 goes into 18 evenly. So 3 divided by 18 is 6. So for every 1,000.
Wait a minute, look. If you look at this,
He has 8 times 6 is
each number, like number before the decimal, is also going to be in the same range. That's like, see, it's 4, 25. 4 again is 20, 27. 4 again is 28. So
He'll be about to wait. No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah, yeah.
then it's
That's still not touching.
665. Well, because what I did is, since we know we have 23 million and we get.
You just said LeBron got better than Curry?
If you were to divide the.
Oh, so what do you guys think for number one?
So we saw that so it says for every 1 million followers, so how much is he worth?
Yeah, how would you figure that
3
out?
million. So you look at Blake Griffin, 3.
Who?
Blake
every million
Griffin
Easy for you to say.
is
has 3 million followers, and he gets paid 18,000. So if you divide that, 3 goes to 18 evenly.
Pardon the interruption. The attendance and the lunch has not come through to the main office. You can go ahead, please, and resubmit your attendance and your lunch. Thank you.
We'll do that after the lesson. Don't worry
And
about
it
it.
says 3. It says 3 and it goes to 18 evenly. So it'll be the age will be 6. For every 1 million followers, it will be 6,000. You'll get paid 6,000.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So that's the crazy. So we did.
Hold on, don't get ahead of yourself. So just go ahead and put number one down. But I like where you're going with this. Alright, at this point you should have completed number one and you should be on number two, the Desmos. If you're stuck with Desmos, let me know.
Go ahead.
since
You have to do demos.
for every
You
million,
have to do demos.
it goes up.
Just a reminder for Desmos, this is how you add a table. You hit the plus sign and then you go to table. You guys are working great, keep it up.
Everybody needs.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna internet for the picture like right now.
Yeah, better than that.
Yeah, okay.
Cleveland can still sweep them though. So they mad. Because they lost to them. And Cleveland beat them.
Washington do it, bro. Cleveland do it.
Talk louder, guys.
600.
When you're talking, talk loud.
600.
Oh,
2 points.
Why?
600.
Andrew connected.
Probably
You gonna win against them?
we did a million, so about
Goals.
3,000 each.
Let's sweep. Eagles are
Oh, read them.
He's sweeping y'all.
By plotting each
We're sweeping y'all.
value or number.
It pretty much matters on the
We're
best.
sweeping y'all.
See, when
No, I will bet
it's
you
mainly
$20.
like very
I'll
well.
bet you my whole house.
Let's go.
It matters on both numbers.
As long as you know which one's
Yeah, my
independent.
friend. Yo, if I ever bet my whole house, my mom's doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you can actually like shop. Dude, actually
so weird.
Every million
Yo, you
followers,
still on it?
6,000. No.
It's
Recorders, make sure you're answering the questions on the worksheet. Okay. How'd you get that in?
Every like one follower, every million followers, about 7,000. I think. Because you look at it, you estimate.
That's good. That's
Really?
And
Because it
also
was like
this,
for
see,
every 1
like,
million.
3 times.
It's a little below
So wait,
7,000. If it's 7,000, 23 million will get you.
Remember, that's just 1 point.
That's
Or,
what they
that's
like.
just 2 points. So just think about how that might.
So somewhere around
That's how
6,000.
that's how
Bad.
spelled.
That's not my name.
Sorry.
Trying to think about that.
But Diablo. Connected. It's about time.
You might want to choose 2 more points just to see if it's the same.
Fractions and decimals.
Look at me. I am determined.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's good.
You guys put in your data.
Year boy.
7.2.
I felt it.
Right, so get it.
I'm getting there.
130.
And we have to switch
That's
them
close.
around. Because why are they both on the line?
Go back to the other one you just
Switch
did.
them around. If they're big number.
This is
130.
Zoom it out. Because it's gonna be
it's
more.
like 5 all.
Yeah, so it's close. So every
60,
what?
65. And then if you add it with 10, probably be.
That's about.
You're at the million.
We do around here.
No, yeah, that's about.
No, we don't.
Do you need the followers a million?
Yeah.
Followers 6.4.
That's not gonna fit in this one.
40, 30.
What's not going to fit in where?
18,400.
Let's round up.
Why not?
Maybe we gotta go from small to big.
So
What do you put it in as?
6,000.
2.
I would just put it in as 3.3
There you go.
because you know the X value is in millions. So do 3.3 comma and then 18,000.
Yeah.
So every.
You don't write it.
sense?
Well,
Had the
we
yellow
can-
foot. Remember?
No, we can't.
Add the 2 points.
Yes, we can.
Well,
Add the 2 points. Or you just want to
Maybe no comma.
Yeah.
let's add 2 points because
Okay.
they seem pretty important.
65.
Why is it like that?
20,000.
Why in there?
What's 22?
Put down that one.
Where the pool at? 27.
That's the first point you
Oh,
put in?
there.
Yeah.
20,300.
Yep, that's it.
You might need to go a little bit higher.
Desmos.
You think you zoom out so far?
That's
Which one is that?
Okay, use Desmos support. Create a graph
25.
status.
25.
Each app.
25, 400,000. 25,000. Next.
Zoom out a lot.
4.7, 27,700,000.
Comma. If that's possible.
Comma.
Oh wait, no, it's not possible. It's not possible.
Next. 4.9.
Where does it even go?
28,000.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wait, oh no.
Where's it go?
See how it's even over a little bit?
Where does it go? Oh, wait, there it is. There it is.
30,600.
How would
That's
you
so.
see that?
You don't win 0. Okay, next one is 11.5.
So why is it on 0?
34,200.
Oh, no.
7.2.
Wait,
42,000.
To the round.
Switch around.
No, yeah.
oh no,
Oh,
you
five.
have a rat touch.
11.5?
66,500.
Why is it on the 0?
You just gotta zoom in a little bit more.
Oh.
You just yelled at him for too much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this guy paid. Get paid.
It's the clean out to it goes about 100 to go 1,000. So
23.
11.25.
Is he all the way?
66,500.
The smaller one is like.
Yeah, 7.2.
Oh, there's a whole ton. Oh, look at that.
42,400.
He got me.
6.4.
We gotta figure out a way
34,900.
to make our scales look a little better.
6.1.
Oh,
34,000.
you're putting in 25.
300.
Okay.
5.1. 30,000.
No, go back.
4.9.
30,600.
So you guys want to think about how you have this set up.
28,300.
Who's this? Who's the last one?
That's the only reason why I changed it. So think about your independent and dependent variables. So does the value depend on the follower? Or does the follower
No, 4.5. 25,000.
what that means? This. So I like,
Oh, shoot. 18,400.
Wait, what?
Oh,
3.3, 18,400.
the right window.
I gotta go find it.
Say, bro, you need some lotion on the
Yeah, he said
It took such a big
You guys have it all in? Try to mess around with the
I
scale
wonder
and
if they
stuff.
saw this
Try to
and
make
so
it
mad,
so
they're like,
this looks like it, because we're so zoomed out, it looks like it's all on the y-axis. We know that can't be true, right? So, I don't know, maybe click on the settings if you can adjust the scale and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
That's 23. You can do it.
Oh, here we go.
What about the toolbar? Is the toolbar?
Ooh.
No, this is all new for us.
You can do stuff. Exactly.
Oh no.
You're not even that good. Jordan still to be him out. Oh, God.
Oh.
What if you changed it to? Hey guys, are a lot of people getting a weird looking graph?
Yeah.
Like you don't see a correlation. Try
Maybe you gotta
this.
switch these.
So say we have a number like 34,500, or let's take a look at the first one, LeBron James. Instead of putting 139,500, put 139.5, and that'll be like in thousands. So try that. And then for the next one, Kevin Durant, instead of putting 66,500, put 66.5.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
You see what I'm doing there? And then that should lower all of our values so we can see it on the screen.
They're going to be like,
So Kobe Bryant would be 42.4 thousand. Does that make sense, guys? Do you see it a little better?
0.3.
Can we still put the keep zeros in our?
I don't think it matters.
I gotta zoom in all like 1 0. Zoom in.
Is that better? Is it? Yeah, look at that. That looks
They're
much
not
better,
right
right?
now. Like, he's not even that good.
There's a correlation there, right? And doesn't that look like the graph the scatter plot that we had up on the board?
Yes.
Okay, that's a little bit
Better, guys?
Why?
Cheat codes.
Wait, how do you put more one? Oh. Boom. Squiggle, squiggle. Where's the noodle?
So 34.3.
Noodle. Use your noodle for once.
That's cool.
Is that cool?
Noodle.
The noodle was right there.
For real, it was right there.
Go back. Right there.
Alright, why you guys
Oh.
on number 3, okay?
God, how you not spot a noodle when you see one?
Alright, you guys should be ready to move on to number 3 at this point.
Yes.
Create a line of vectors.
One.
Remember, add the expression y minus mx
Oh my. Oh my. Jesus.
Go through the
So you're
origin.
gonna add the expression.
Yo, shush.
Put in
So wait, slope
that,
is
so it's y1, and then
6.11.
noodle, the ABC.
Oh, what are you doing? You look good.
That.
Oh, I said nothing.
He get paid less than everybody.
Y1. Just type that.
So,
And then to get to that noodle,
wait, take a screenshot and paste it.
ABC.
How do you
Small overlay.
Oh.
-5.
Exactly.
Nobody's on the double. Nobody's on the double.
Nobody's even.
Alright,
Or you just like
You're like, I'm done. Whole paper rip. Alright, next page. Write the question for the line of best fit. What does
What? Please like that.
I did it.
Tim, how you did it? Are you late?
Zoom out.
Oh, okay.
Where's the line of best fit?
Write an equation.
The whole.
They give you enough information
Yeah.
in here, there's information to help you write these.
So it's y equals. Do you round or you just leave it?
Take a round. You guys got it? I know this is new technology.
Its context.
Alright,
Each value
Dude,
may
nobody
differ
knows
in
your
function
function.
between reasons.
To
Any
create
line
the best fit for the data.
Nobody's on the double.
So,
Noodle, MX1.
does
B.
Look at the different bro. We had a- I mean, we was terrible. It was getting.
Write the equation for your line of best fit.
To be
You have to
part-
route
Well, which is already
it.
Wait, I wasn't supposed to write that, was I?
I don't know. What does each value of equation represent in the context?
yeah.
Do y1 minus
I'm gonna speak for you. You're the writer.
She's the writer.
She's the writer.
y.
I'm just telling you what to write.
Yeah, you look at it. Tell what's right.
Oh, Steph.
You guys okay?
8.9 million.
I think he's the Desmond's guy.
Predictive value of some curves. How would you determine?
You can walk him through it though.
Yeah,
We can plug in 8.9 for x.
Yeah, especially.
Should we write this and then?
Wait, I got Mr. Natalie.
Oh, I was trying to.
8.9 times.
You tell me what's the equation of a line, how is it set up?
Your next question on this.
And so then it's
Explain your reason.
So he makes an estimate
Right,
of
right, right.
52,500.
I'm the good one. What's the good one?
Yep. You write the equation.
You
want me to read like this?
Because it graphed it, right? I think
Well, no,
it
you
used
tell me
the
how-
M and the B that
So
it
I just put
How much
5x44 and say we just plugged in
MX1.
step from his followers.
MX1.
Yes.
Per tweet.
Bro, look what you doing. Look what you doing.
So tell me, put MX1.
Yeah, you put X1.
You plugged in Steph Curry's number of followers. On estimate, he still makes a pretty
You
decent
gotta
amount
say
of
I'm the
money.
person that thinks
What's that? How'd you get that?
We plugged in his number of followers to the X. And multiplied by 6.
You said we got it wrong.
Yeah, I was like, that's not what it is. I said,
It was like,
Hey, sorry.
it's very easy.
Do you happen to have the lunch count from this morning?
No, we can watch the movie, but they
oh,
It's gonna be weird seeing your glasses.
let's do Vin Diesel.
Which one do you want to score?
Wait, you want some more?
Wait, hold on. Hold up. We got this guy too.
Yeah.
Or
Steph Curry
who that
has
black.
8.9 million followers on Twitter.
Who?
No, you're right.
Try not to.
So you want to
Get it?
you want to
He's
I'm gonna do
So what do you think 6.1 is?
It's not cold the black.
How's that
It's
roll? When you answer this question.
No, not. Oh my god.
How much older? How much older?
We changed it to like.
Already old. How much older?
What?
That's what you guys guessed, which was 6.1. For every million.
Oh my god, I'm done. He said cold the black. Oh my god. That just made me
You
mad.
repeated yourself and then you killed that.
That just made me mad.
I didn't even hear what you said. I'm sorry.
No, you gonna be like
You Vin
Which number you guys
Diesel.
on?
You gonna be the
Extension 6.
But you gonna be like 4.
Van, it's Vin. Vin.
I'm not doing celebrities, okay? Vin Diesel.
You guys okay?
I know.
He bald.
You're on number 5.
He said
So what did you get for your
He used to have hair. He looked real good hair.
I'm used to
You
like try to protect
Okay.
So why you going
What's the rules? Okay.
taller.
Oh,
I'll at least be like 5'10". Big
So the one who said cold that back.
order.
So he said cold that. Not cold that. Cold that. Cold thug. That just made me mad.
How about
100
it was
million.
like 4'3".
That, so you might
Be careful, not 6.1. Really, 6.1 what?
He did that in 6'3".
It's really 6.227.
He was
what?
4
I can't even see it.
He was
Think about
4
what we
something.
changed about that.
6'3".
Or we
And-
changed.
and
he got more than Will Smith. Like,
Really?
Will Smith.
6.1.
I thought you said
Times
Bill
this
Gates. I
out.
was like, yeah, like
6,000.
It looks like
Cold
he's
that black.
Oh, wait, that's
Cold that.
Oh, that's
Every
6'3".
one
Cold
goes
that. Cold that.
It depends how tall.
Cold the black. He said cold. I said
Oh, no,
cold
he
that.
graduated.
He said cold the black.
He was tall like.
That is
he got
big.
tall, like, graduation.
You guys done number 5 yet?
Please do.
It's Friday. I have no problem. But it's raining right now.
Wait, he has more than LeBron James.
What does the value
No.
expression? I mean, please represent.
So he makes as much.
Each value
For
makes
every
every
Hold up.
Just like
I don't know,
$100
you can't go
equation.
into there, so I don't know.
That's your M, and that's your,
That's
your B. So you're gonna write your equation in here.
So it makes $52.
No, put it right, just write the equation. Remember, what's the equation of a line formula, remember?
What is he doing?
Y equals mx plus basically. Give you the M, they give you the B, so you just
No,
plug it
that
in.
has to be like, oh.
5,000.
Are we doing him?
Yeah.
Diesel, yes.
We kind of can't get on
6 point.
Twitter and I can't find it.
This is
Followers.
100 million.
100 million?
Is there right there?
Yeah, you probably have to go to Twitter, but if you can find any
This is on
information.
Facebook.
Or if not,
Wait,
why
it's
not?
a
You
full
go to
day.
Twitter and run it up to 10.
Uh,
55.
Why you do 6 seconds?
This is fan page.
Who are you
Steph
guys
Curry
looking
has
at?
8.9 million. Predict the value of Steph Curry's tweet.
What if you just typed like how many
We're
for your
actually
followers?
serious.
Vin Diesel
So
have?
it wouldn't be 50,900 because.
Well, we can maybe try to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
No. What would it be? Am I the
No.
If you have to, you can always use.
Alright,
the-
I'm not saying you're wrong. I do 6 times 8.9.
Make sure you write predict.
everybody loves him in every country. So he must have a lot of foul.
Plus 2.
Where?
Oh, come on. Come on.
You have to write that.
So just write the entire. Listen that way.
No, 6 plug in.
6.
Yeah.
Plug what?
You can Google like.
I know what you said.
Oh.
Veins popping out.
Who do you want to know?
Can I do some research? Never read it.
Oh, she's about to take it to the FBI system.
Watch me find it in 45 seconds.
Why don't you just sit down?
You had Google. What are you talking about? He had Google and everything.
11?
Bro, gee, I said, look up Kodak Black. He put code the black.
And then you
Then he
say
put
code that black.
Code that. Not Kodak. Code that.
Guys, stay focused. You're still not done, Christian. How you Oh, read it.
Is it really my fault?
Kodak Black. Kodak.
It doesn't sound that different.
Kodak.
Say it fast. And when you
Kodak.
sound the same.
Kodak.
What's your prediction for
Kodak.
Kodak.
Kodak
more
Black.
than
But I'm not
Instead of looking at
Kodak.
images that are
Kid.
reliable, you look at the actual.
I mean, it's got it.
He's got
See, that's that girl.
Instagram, yes. Wait a second.
No, I don't follow him on Twitter.
Instagram, he has 38.3 million followers.
Okay, we'll do like, let's do something really big.
Like child.
They tried out.
No,
It was
don't you
about
dare.
the first week.
Don't you dare.
8.64 million.
Why?
That's Steph Curry.
I think
He still do.
Where's the ass?
I thought they put it in
Ass.
Worry about y'all taking it out. Y'all had a better team last year. Had a better team last year.
Well, he's looking
Y'all had a
at
better
his
team last year.
phone.
And see y'all did it.
If you had a better team last year, we would have
I
won.
don't think she speaks English.
At first I thought it was
If y'all had a better team, y'all would have won the record.
He doesn't even talk to her. Every time you see them, like, he doesn't even talk to her.
With that better team. Y'all not good. Y'all not good.
She looks at him
Y'all
like
good.
that.
Y'all good, but y'all not good. Y'all not good.
If she speaks to you, she would have
Not like English.
You sleep with everybody you need. 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 Look how was it, bro? Look how was it.
That's so
I wouldn't even make it out there.
You're illegal immigrants.
I wouldn't even make it out there. That wouldn't even beat
Can you
Boston.
find it?
You guys, there's number 5.
Yeah.
We wouldn't.
How many phones?
They lost us all season.
You have to predict his value.
Oh, we put it in.
Nope, put it. You gotta write it down.
Did you find anything? If not, let me see it. Now I'll look at it.
It's really it.
Do you do extension?
Find it.
Load up.
All right, guys, let's take a break. I know you're excited to look up different celebrities, but let's take a break real quick and try to understand what we just did. So everybody up here, if you have to close your laptop for a second, you can. So let's talk about. Or actually, you know what? Open them and go and bring up that Desmos, so we can look at the graph for reference. Let's get some predictions. How many or how much is Steph Curry's tweet worth, given the information that he has 8.9 million followers? What'd you say, Mikhail?
We said 52,900.
So 52,900 was one. Christian, what'd you guys get?
55,000.4.
55,000 or 55.4 thousand, so 55,400. Okay. Yami?
52.44.
So we'll do 52,440.
52,300.
All pretty close, especially this one, and this one are all fairly close. So let's talk about how we got them. Mikhail, real quick, can you explain how you guys came up with $52,900 per tweet?
We plugged 8.9 into our equation, which was y1.
Y equals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y equals 6.1x plus negative 2.2.
So you did I'm going to write that down. 6.1x
Yeah, and we didn't.
plus negative 2.2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have a calculator, so Michael did the work.
Okay.
It might be wrong.
That's fine. Who had 55,400? Well, how'd you guys get that?
We did y1 equals 6, x plus 2, so we put 8.9.
6x plus 2?
Yes. I mean, plus 2.
Okay. Alright. Yami, was this yours? What'd you get? What'd you get? Or how'd you get 52,440?
We did 6.9 times.
6.9?
Oh, 6.12. Sorry.
6.12?
6 times 8.9.
Plus, what was that?
Oh,
times 8x, right?
Yeah.
Plus what?
2.03. Negative 2.03.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Can we change our answer?
Nope. And Kevin?
We just plugged it into the equation.
You just plugged it into the equation. So everybody pretty much did. Do you remember what your equation was?
Well, we did the long equation.
You did like everything?
Yeah, like
6.1
2259.
2259 plus negative 2.
Yeah.
Just negative 2?
Or negative 2.16306.
So you guys weren't messing around.
Yeah.
6.1.
If you had to choose one that the advertiser is probably going to go with, which group do you think they would choose and why? Andrew?
Ours, because
Yours, why? Because it's the
it
best.
has more numbers in it. It's more like exact.
It's more exact. Very good, Mikhail.
Bigger
I say ours.
Yours?
It's what round.
Because
No,
what?
we gonna say
Rounded up.
It's rounded up. Okay, that's a good prediction. The advertiser, but then that means the advertiser's going to have to pay more because it's rounded up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
we gotta
Not
say
my money, I don't care.
There's. Why, Christian? Because you guys
More
used the
exact.
wrong y-intercept?
Yeah, and consensus is more exact.
Alright. Everybody's. Sorry.
There's because the less amount of money.
Less amount of money, yeah. Do
Oh,
you
we got
think-
the less amount.
Real quick. We got the wrong equation. Real quick, look at your y-intercept. Everybody zoom in and find your y-intercept. So find the part of the graph where the line crosses the y-axis.
Wait, there you go, there you go.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let me do it.
Can anybody explain that? Like, what does that mean? That point where it crosses the y-axis. What does that mean? That point. Look, John, take a look at Desmos. Can anybody explain that number? Or first tell me, what is the y-intercept?
-2.
Negative what?
-2.
-2. Good to know, right, Christian? -2, not +2. So what does that mean? That it crosses the y-axis at -2.
It's like right when they
And does it make
Think
sense?
about the no hand. Like if you don't have a hand, you're still that. Like
You
yesterday.
can't pay.
Michael,
You can't pay the negative.
you can't pay somebody negative,
You can't
So-
have negative followers.
and you can't. Well, it wouldn't be negative followers. So how many followers would you have? What's the X?
Zero.
0. So it's saying if you have 0
You're
followers,
losing money.
that you're losing money. So we have to remember it doesn't really make sense for certain parts of the graph. Can anybody find out, or can any group find out at which point will somebody start making money? So think about that. How many followers would it take until you could actually start making money? Give everybody a second to think about that.
Touch it.
Yeah.
Right there.
Do you think you know? You can mess around with the graph. You can actually click on certain points. It'll give you. Kevin, do you guys come up with when you start making money?
It doesn't really make sense.
Well, what'd you get?
It says 0.353.
There you go.
Remember, that's thousands. So it's really 0.33 is 330,000
Oh.
followers.
Oh.
Is that what you guys got
Yeah.
too? So if you look at the x-intercept, guys, find out where the line crosses the x-axis. That point is 0.335, which is 330. Is it 0.335?
That's 0.3533.
So it's 353,000 followers, or 353,000 followers is when you start making money. So my last question: is anybody making money on their own social media account?
I wish.
No, you have to be endorsed.
Your personal one.
Nope.
You have to be endorsed.
You have to be famous.
You have You have to have
An endorsement.
Followers.
how many?
A lot.
33,000.
353,000. That's when these guys are starting to get paid money for their tweets.
How do you go to Twitter?
That's 'cause they
accept every single
endorse.
one?
I can get
You have to have a contract. You have to pay you. You have to have a contract.
Don't be private.
Following this.
Exactly.
Did anybody get to the extension real quick? Back to me, John.
We were about to.
Did anybody try the extension?
$250
We could.
No? Alright. 2 minutes. Try the extension.